a lot of practice reps, and then they're going to ask him to perform these heroic tasks in order to prove that he's worthy of being a starter when he hasn't had enough reps to really get comfortable. That's the kind of battle he's dealing with right now. I know. I've seen it. Dom, you've seen it. We've been in these camps. We know how that goes. Yeah. You don't get enough reps. They play a whole half of a game, and then all of a sudden coaches are going, why are you making that mistake? Why aren't you making that check? Why are you doing that technique? Well, damn, coach, I never was in there in practice. You never even talked to me during practice. But now you expect me to know. That's what they're going to that's what they're going to expect of him. But if anyone can get it done, it's this kid because he's been trained.
Did you hear that explosion? That wasn't thunder, that was Rich Eisen shaking the entire internet like an earthquake in real time. Every couch critic, every sideline expert, every armchair coach with Wi-Fi and too much attitude just got rocked. Shedeur Sanders stepped onto the field and instantly triggered a meltdown that could power the entire NFL network. And then Rich Eisen came through swinging harder than a quarterback, dodging a blitz in overtime. This wasn't just commentary, this was a televised takedown. The man unloaded a verbal highlight reel so sharp, it sliced through every lazy hot take like butter. Suddenly all those trolls trying to call Shedeur just Dion's son playing dress up looked like clowns caught in 4K.
High school's
weekend after flying out immediately to get to work.
But his character's terrible, right? You know, and listen, he interviewed bad, you know, according to who? The New York Giants? No offense, Bert. The same New York Giants that gave Daniel Jones a huge contract and let Saquon Barkley out the door, that's the intel we're trusting here?
That was for him to celebrate. He just made, I mean, look, he put in work in college. He had the privilege of being coached by his father.
Which we all would love and choose.
Turned around not one, but two programs in college football. And then literally for any athlete, being drafted at the highest level is a success story in itself,
Eisen didn't just defend Shedeur, he flipped the whole conversation on its head, making it clear that the kid isn't just living up to his name, he's rewriting the playbook. You could almost hear the internet gasp. 1 second, the haters were typing fast, thinking they were safe behind their screens, and the next, boom! Eisen hit that reset button so hard, NFL HQ probably had to call tech support. The man didn't just talk, he dropped facts with precision and swagger. So yeah, that rumble you heard, that wasn't thunder, that was the sound of the entire sports world realizing Rich Eisen just declared open season on bad takes.
Because I've done it at 2 locations already, so it's simple. So that's why when people say I'm not, you know, one of the top quarterbacks or the top quarterback, is what are y'all going based off of? Because I did it year after year, and you see the progression. So it's like, obviously, it got to be some type of external hate that you have for the family, for the last name, for anything, because I know.
The next minute, Eisen storms in like a professor who just chugged 6 espressos, walking straight into Hater University. Chalk in one hand, receipts in the other, and that trademark grin ready to deliver a masterclass in truth. He didn't just speak, he schooled every critic like it was finals week, every lazy narrative erased off the board in seconds. The man brought stats, poise, and confidence that could light up an entire press room. Let's be real. Shedeur Sanders didn't get this shot handed to him like a free sample at Costco. He earned it. And not just by showing up, he snatched that opportunity like it was a golden PlayStation 5 and there were only 2 left in the world.
I wanted Shedeur Sanders at 2, at worst at 33. Of course, I already think that he's better than other quarterbacks because that's the type of talent, that's where I would have picked him at. And if he was at 2 or 33 and he still had this same exact skill set, we would be talking about him starting and playing.
Right. Well, there'd only be 3 quarterbacks.
It'd be 3 quarterbacks, not 4.
Yeah.
But since he moved to the 5th round, that's cool. They might have to go along with it. But to me, I think if you ask who got the best tools,
That's hunger, that's drive, and it shows in every throw, every huddle, every moment he touches the field. While others sat behind keyboards arguing if he was NFL ready, Shedeur walked into that practice field like he owned the place. QB1 energy, CEO of the offense, honorary mayor of the end zone. Every step screamed confidence. Every snap said, I belong here. And those people who once whispered, he's just media hype, daddy's influence, yeah, that aged like milk. because Shedeur isn't just flash, he's focused.
Conjoined with this Brown, don't care about what you Shedeur Sanders haters have to say. Louis Riddick is absolutely correct, and I'm adamant when I say it is a sabotage plan. Tyler Huntley was signed for one particular reason. They could have get any other melanated quarterback. They took Tyler because he was part of the Browns.
He's precision, he's danger wrapped in calm. The rest of the league's still trying to figure him out while he's 5 moves ahead, playing chess with their playbooks. From day 1 of camp, he didn't show up to blend in. He showed up to take over. There was zero deer in the headlights energy here. None. No fumbles, no jitters, no hesitation, just ice cold precision, clean footwork that looked choreographed, and a right arm so deadly it could double as a guided missile system. Every throw from Shedeur felt calculated, confident, and borderline cinematic. Meanwhile, Rich Eisen had clearly been waiting for this moment like a kid counting down to Christmas morning. And when it arrived,
let him practice before and after. And he's in the NFL now. Of course, he's going to do all he can to warm his arm up, to get some reps. Like, what are we talking? It's going to be so funny when Shedeur ends up being the first quarterback to get these guys to the playoffs or win a playoff game since, like, Baker Mayfield. Like, I have a feeling that when he gets a time to shine, everybody's going to be like, dang, we really should have just drafted him in the 1st or 2nd round. Like, we wasted a pick on Dylan Gabriel. What are we doing? His arm is sore, so he's that's bad? What are we
He unwrapped those receipts with pure joy. This wasn't subtle commentary. It was a caffeine-fueled roast wrapped in football wisdom. Eisen didn't sip tea. He chugged straight espresso and poured the truth all over the timeline. He made it crystal clear. This kid didn't just stroll into fame through a PR stunt. Shedeur earned every headline through work, pressure, and execution. He didn't just survive the hype, he weaponized it. See? Most rookies come into the league looking wide-eyed and terrified, like they just realized those defensive linemen are basically angry refrigerators and pads. But Shedeur? Nah, not him. He walked in like he'd been here before, preloaded with discipline, confidence, and football IQ.
Once again, I want to know, why are people saying then? They're changing their opinions now. And what we're doing is we're seeing Shedeur, rookie, OTAs, mini, doing what Shedeur does. Balling. I mean, he's cutting up, man. I mean, y'all see him. He's doing this thing, right? So yeah, they only have on jersey, helmets, and shorts. But guess what? All 4 quarterbacks have
sharp enough to slice through defensive schemes. He's got that Dion-level confidence, but without the rhinestone ego. Okay? Maybe just a little sparkle. The classy kind that screams, I'm built for this. And that's exactly what rattled the old guard. The ones still stuck in the past, thinking mobile quarterbacks can't lead, can't throw, can't command. They didn't see this coming. They tried to tag him with that tired nepotism label and walk away smug. But too bad. Rich Eisen came in swinging with a metaphorical flamethrower, burning down every lazy take and leaving nothing but stunned silence and smoke. Rich Eisen laid it out crystal clear. This isn't some celebrity kid tagging along for a family field trip. This is a real quarterback with pocket presence, instincts sharper than a blade, and the kind of decision-making you can't coach. You either have it or you don't.
It seemed like, oh, people are confused. Why are you saying that the Browns don't want Shedeur? How can people say that? People are saying that. Stop it. Again, stop it. Y'all is running around here acting like you don't know what you're talking about. We're going to translate it for you in very clear pictures so we can let y'all know and operate and how we need to get down where we need to get to. Because you know good and well, they're not saying that. You know what they are saying is that y'all cats is playing around and
Shedeur, he's got it in every fiber of his game. He's not out here auditioning for a spot. He's already moving furniture into the starters lounge like he owns the place. When opportunity came knocking, whether by injury, trade, or just the football gods deciding to have a little fun, Shedeur didn't hesitate for a second. He answered that door in full pads, clipboard in one hand, touchdown pass in the other. No nerves, no stumbles, just straight execution. While the rest of the league blinked, wondering how they missed it, Rich Eisen was already laughing like, "Told you so." He'd been saying it for months, and now the receipts were cashing in big time. Now the camp reports, man, they're glowing so bright they could light up a stadium at midnight. But the real headline isn't just the numbers, it's the reaction. Fans are falling for Shedeur like it's a surprise Taylor Swift album drop. You've got casuals showing up for the vibes and leaving with his jersey. And those hardcore football nerds, they're sitting in the bleachers whispering about pre-snap reads, audibles, and pocket composure, like they just witnessed a quarterback prophecy come to life. Because here's the twist, Shedeur isn't just good, he's fun. He's got that rare kind of swagger that feels earned, not forced. He walks the line between confidence and cockiness perfectly. And when he steps into that pocket, it's like he already knows what's about to happen 3 seconds before the defense even moves. Every motion, every glance, every throw tells you one thing. This isn't hype anymore. It's reality. And the league better catch up fast. It's not arrogance. It's awareness. Shedeur's locked in like he's inside the Matrix, but instead of dodging bullets,
he was first-round talent. And the quote we played and that's on the screen, I think is flatly wrong. We all know this shouldn't have happened. Yes, it should have. It should have happened because this wasn't. Now, again, teams can be wrong. The league as a whole can be wrong. Hell, the Baltimore Ravens drafted a 25-year-old tight end before they drafted Lamar Jackson in the same draft. The die is not.
He's dodging blitzes and reading defenses like they're written in Comic Sans. Every play looks effortless. Every read feels preloaded in his brain. While other rookies are tripping over snap counts and still trying to figure out how to call a huddle without choking on nerves, Shedeur's running drills like a man on a mission. He's calm, collected, and so prepared it's almost eerie. There's no desperation, no chaos, just this quiet, terrifying level of control that makes even veterans stop and stare. And that's where Rich Eisen's rant really hit home. He didn't just defend Shedeur, he elevated him. He said out loud what the rest of the league was too proud to admit. This kid's confidence isn't fake, it's foundation. He's built different, and now the whole roster's moving differently because of it. Suddenly, receivers are running sharper routes, snapping like their cleats are on fire. The linemen, they're finishing blocks like their next paycheck depends on it. And the coaching staff? Man, the offensive coordinator talks about Shedeur like he just found his football soulmate. This isn't hype, it's momentum, the kind that can't be faked or forced. The league is watching closely now. Eyebrows raised, tweets half written, analysts whispering, but nobody's pressing send yet, just in case they have to double back later and say, we should have seen it coming. Because even the NFL can feel it when the storyline starts flipping mid-script.
Question, and not even talk anyway about the other guys. It seems like they want to tear down who they want to tear down. They want to build up who they want to build up. But if you're going to tear a kid down, stand on it. Like, hey, I'm the quarterback's coach for the Las Vegas Raiders. And I think Shedeur Sanders is a little arrogant. But if you can't put your name behind it, shut up. Like, if you can't put your name behind talking about somebody else's name, then you probably shouldn't be saying what you're saying. I don't appreciate guys trying to slander guys and trying to paint guys in a negative light.
You can almost hear the music swell, the lights dim, and the cameras zoom in. This is a cinematic moment in real time. Fans are locked in like it's a blockbuster premiere. Every practice clip hits social media and explodes within minutes. Every sideline glance, every smirk, every subtle move gets slowed down and analyzed like it's top secret film evidence. Did he just wink after throwing a touchdown? Did he really chew gum while calling an audible? And wait, did he just pat the ref on the back like they're brunch buddies catching up after church? Absolutely iconic. The man's turning routine plays into viral moments without even trying. But here's the real plot twist. It's not just about the flash, it's about the shift he's causing in the league's DNA. The Shedeur Sanders story isn't some Cinderella tale. It's a blueprint for a new era. He didn't walk into camp begging for approval. He walked in saying, thanks for the opportunity. Now move. I've got touchdowns to deliver. That's not arrogance, that's arrival.
You balling if you're that guy? I told y'all in my last video, this dude gonna be quarterback. He gonna be QB1, man. He gonna be QB1. I'm saying week 1. Everybody's saying Joe Flacco. Everybody's saying, like, this is the question that I have. What is he gonna learn from a 40, 41-year-old Joe Flacco sitting behind him? He can learn stuff that he can use in the meeting rooms, the film room, you know, how to rehab and all this type of stuff. But what is he really going to learn from Joe Flacco on the field? Did y'all see Joe Flacco last year with him?
Then came the moment the haters swore would never happen. Call it luck, divine timing, or a series of weird trades. Whatever it was, the stars aligned perfectly. 1 minute he's got a clipboard and headset, the next they're gone, and he's holding the football like destiny just called his name. And while most rookies would have tripped over their own cleats from the pressure, not Shedeur. He stepped into that pocket with the calm of a man heading to dinner reservations in the end zone. Every move deliberate, every pass a statement, every drive proof that this wasn't hype anymore. It was history being written live and loud. No panic, no nerves, just that unbothered excellence that says, I'm late for greatness and I don't have time for nonsense. Every movement smooth, every read flawless, every pass delivered like a text, straight to destiny. Let's talk about the audibles, because Shedeur's out here calling plays at the line like he's been running this offense since birth. The man's basically got an honorary master's degree in reading defenses. Meanwhile, the offensive coordinator's probably leaning back with a Gatorade, thinking, well, my job's officially done. The receivers? They're not just running routes. They're running victory laps mid-play. You can see it in their body language. They know the ball's coming exactly where it needs to be. And that O-line? They're blocking like they're guarding the royal family's last heir. It's controlled chaos, choreographed to perfection. Rich Eisen didn't just clap for it, he lost it. He lit the studio up like a 4th of July finale. The man doubled down harder than a blackjack player on a hot streak. This wasn't preseason hype, this wasn't training camp smoke, this was real. Shedeur wasn't just completing passes, he was making statements. Every throw echoed through the league like a warning shot. The future just arrived, and it's wearing number 2. Because here's the thing, confidence isn't Shedeur's accessory, it's his secret weapon. Some quarterbacks got the arm, others got the vision, but Shedeur's got swagger. Not the empty kind you post for TikTok, the kind that comes from hours of studying tape and knowing you can run a play backward if needed. He's the guy who strolls into the stadium looking like he just stepped off a GQ cover and then casually drops dimes like he's a vending machine for touchdowns.
Saying, really? That's what we're doing now? That's what you're doing? You're trying to disassociate yourself from a quarterback that's on your roster at this particular moment in time. You give him no first team reps. He's been working out with the third team, and then you just gonna throw him in there for the opening preseason.
Let me play devil's advocate.
Sure.
Isn't that the job every week of a backup quarterback? Backup quarterbacks never get first team reps. But if a quarterback goes down, you are required to go into the game and operate at a high level in the game. So that's I think that to me that's
Why? Because they see something rare. A kid born under bright lights, raised in pressure, and instead of hiding from it, he stares it down and wins. That's what makes this whole saga feel cinematic. Shedeur Sanders didn't just inherit fame, he was forged in it, schooled by primetime himself, but now writing his own script, one throw, one drive, one highlight at a time. It's the kind of story Hollywood would reject for being too perfect, too impossible to believe. And yet here it is, happening in real life. Proof that greatness doesn't wait for permission, it takes it. Rich Eisen broke it down like a courtroom closer, only with more touchdowns and metaphors flying than a highlight reel on caffeine. This isn't a he played well story. This is a we're witnessing something special moment, and it's only the beginning. Shedeur didn't just kick the door open to the league, he walked in like he owned the building. He's not waving hello, he's redesigning the place, hanging new curtains, rearranging the trophies, and yes, adding a throne right in the middle of the quarterback room. The NFL better take a deep breath because the Shedeur Sanders era isn't creeping in quietly. It's storming through the front gate with style and zero mercy. This isn't luck, it's legacy. He didn't stumble into greatness, he sprinted into it, full stride, eyes locked on destiny, and the ball never leaving his hands. Dion may have drawn the blueprint, but Shedeur built the empire himself, brick by brick, play by play, and now he's sitting center stage, spotlight blazing, calm as ever, while the rest of the league scrambles to adjust. And Rich Eisen, he's loving every second. The man serving hot takes like victory meals, smiling like someone who bet on a long shot and just watched it hit jackpot in front of millions. And here's the wild part. This story isn't even close to finished. The Shedeur Sanders show is just getting started, and already it feels like the NFL has a brand new headline every week. Every snap, every drive, every sideline stare becomes a meme, a debate, a viral moment. The spotlight doesn't make him sweat. It makes him sharper. You can see it in the way he walks through the tunnel, headphones on, locked in, like he's about to film the next chapter of his own legend. Critics keep trying to find cracks, but they can't, because this isn't a flash-in-the-pan rookie moment. This is a full-on power shift. Shedeur's changing how people see second-generation players. He's not living in his father's shadow. He's building his own skyscraper right next to it. The legacy isn't repeating, it's evolving. And Rich Eisen, he's become the unofficial narrator of the movement. Every segment, every clip, every quote, you can hear the excitement building in his voice. It's not just analysis anymore. It's admiration wrapped in disbelief. Because even he knows, the league hasn't seen energy like this in years. Now you've got defensive coordinators staying up late, studying film like they're cramming for finals, reporters fighting for locker room quotes, and fans, they're buying Shedeur jerseys faster than they can restock them. It's not just football anymore, it's phenomenon. The scary part, Shedeur's still leveling up. Every week he looks more confident, more dangerous, more inevitable. You can tell he's not satisfied, he's obsessed. That's the mark of greatness, when dominance looks like destiny, not surprise. So while everyone else is still adjusting to the new reality, one thing's crystal clear. This isn't a season, it's a statement. The NFL just got its next superstar, and the Shedeur Sanders takeover isn't a prediction anymore. It's happening right now. He's not just defending Shedeur, he's daring anyone to come at him. Rich Eisen's basically saying, go ahead, try to tear him down, because now the proof's all over the tape. The swagger's on display, the results are undeniable, and the haters, they're running out of excuses fast. Every angle they tried to use against him has bounced right back like a boomerang with receipts attached. Too confident? Nah, that's called composure. Too flashy? That's called focus. He didn't stumble into the spotlight, he stepped into it, fully formed, fully ready, and now he's making the entire league look foolish for ever doubting him. This isn't luck, it's the result of preparation meeting opportunity, and Shedeur's making sure the whole world sees it in 4K clarity. So yeah, Rich Eisen went off, because sometimes being right feels so good it deserves its own monologue. He didn't go in with malice, he came armed with that righteous I told you so energy that only legends can deliver. It wasn't just a rant, it was a moment, a football pivot, the birth of something big enough to shift the culture of the game itself. Now, as Shedeur takes more snaps, more fans are climbing on that bandwagon, not because of hype, but because of hope. Because every time he steps onto that field, he shows people what it looks like to seize your shot and turn it into a headline-making career. No begging, no excuses, no apologies, just pure execution and belief. And if you made it this far, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, because this story is only getting crazier, and trust me, you're gonna want to see what happens next. See you on the next one.